Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. 1 minute ago, Boat Napat's shocking gift to Haute Pramote leaves everyone stunned. Wedding gift reveal goes viral fire. The entertainment world has once again been shaken to its core, and this time it's not about tears, secret girlfriends, or hidden revelations. It's about something so emotional, so unexpected, that fans are calling it the most iconic moment in Thai celebrity weddings ever. Just 1 minute ago, Boat Napat Sirapongchai presented a wedding gift to Haute Pramote Patan that left not only the guests speechless, but millions of fans watching online in absolute shock. This wasn't just a simple wedding present. No. This was a grand gesture that carried history, meaning, and symbolism so deep that even the most seasoned journalists covering the event admitted they were moved to tears. Glowing star, the wedding everyone is talking about. The highly anticipated wedding between Boat Napat and Haute Pramote had already been trending for weeks. Fans around the globe marked their calendars, eager to witness a union that many had only dreamed about. Social media platforms were flooded with countdowns, fan edits, hashtags, and live discussion threads. But no one, absolutely no one, expected that the most unforgettable part of this wedding wouldn't be the vows, the kiss, or the ceremony, but rather a single gift exchange that turned into a worldwide conversation. Wrapped present, the moment of the gift. As the wedding ceremony reached its peak, with both men standing hand in hand under the glittering arch of white roses and golden lanterns, Boat Napat suddenly signaled to the staff. The music slowed. The guests hushed. Something was about to happen. A beautifully decorated chest, gilded in silver and engraved with traditional Thai patterns, was carried into the hall. The audience gasped as Boat gently placed the chest in front of Haute Pramote, his eyes glistening with emotion. "Today," Boat said, his voice trembling yet steady enough for the microphones to catch every word, "I am not just marrying you in front of the world. I am giving you something that carries my entire heart, my entire family, and my future." When Haute opened the chest, what he found left even him, the man known for always being witty and strong, completely shaken. He covered his mouth with his hands as tears welled up, unable to process the depth of the gesture. Face screaming in fear, what was inside the chest? Inside the chest lay 3 layers of priceless treasures, each one carrying profound meaning. 1. A family heirloom ring, a rare golden band passed down for generations in Boat's family, dating back over a century. Boat explained that it was once his grandmother's, and giving it to Haute symbolized that he was officially welcoming him as part of the Sirapongchai bloodline. 2. A handwritten book of promises. Boat had secretly written 365 letters over the past year, one for every day, documenting his love, gratitude, and dreams for their life together. Each letter was carefully folded and bound into a leather book, sealed with his initials. Fans watching through live streams were reduced to tears when Boat revealed, "Even on the days I couldn't see you, I was writing for you." 3. A deed to their dream home. The final shock came when Boat revealed that he had purchased a sprawling lakeside villa, not in his own name, but in both of their names. The moment Haute saw the deed with both Boat Napat Sirapongchai and Haute Pramote Patan inscribed together, he broke down completely, burying his face in Boat's chest as the crowd erupted into cheers. Broken heart fans and celebrities react in real time. Within seconds, clips of the gift exchange flooded TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. The internet exploded with comments like, "This isn't just a gift. This is history being made. Boat just raised the bar for every wedding in the world. If this is love, I want nothing less." Even celebrities joined in, with actors, singers, and influencers reposting the moment with captions like, "This is the wedding of the decade." Hashtags like #BoatGiftToHaute, #Wedding of the Year, and #O2 Forever dominated global trends within minutes, gathering millions of mentions. Fans from China to the Philippines to Europe were live reacting, crying, and screaming in disbelief. Globe showing Europe Africa why this gift matters. This wasn't just about expensive heirlooms, love letters, or property. This was about Boat making a public, undeniable statement that Haute wasn't just his husband, he was his family, his history, and his forever. For fans who had followed their journey through ups and downs, through rumors and heartbreaks, this moment felt like a perfect conclusion to years of speculation, doubt, and hope. One fan summed it up in a viral tweet. "We spent years guessing if they were real. Tonight, Boat didn't just prove it, he gave his entire life to Oat in front of us. Clock hash the beginning of a new legacy. As the ceremony continued, Oat finally found his voice, still shaking with emotion. He whispered into the microphone, "I thought nothing could surprise me anymore. But you've given me everything. From today, I'm not just yours, I'm ours." And with that, the crowd stood in thunderous applause, while livestream viewers across the world declared, "This is love in its purest form." Dispatch exclusive. The world reacts as Boat Napat's wedding gift to Oat Pramote leaves even the groom's speechless glowing star. Just when fans thought the wedding of Boat Napat and Oat Pramote could not possibly get any grander, reality struck with a moment so unforgettable that it's already being dubbed the most heart-stopping wedding surprise in entertainment history. After the first wave of shock when Boat stepped forward and revealed his extraordinary wedding gift, the atmosphere in the hall shifted into something that can only be described as magical. Oat Pramote himself was left standing frozen for a few moments, his mouth open, his eyes glassy, unable to process the scale of what Boat had just done. Cameras zoomed in on Oat's trembling hands as he reached out to touch the symbolic present, and fans could clearly see his lips forming the words, "Is this real?" The crowd erupted into applause and cheers, but many guests were openly crying, overcome with the pure emotion of what was unfolding. The gift wasn't just material. It wasn't just wealth or luxury, it was something that spoke directly to Oat's heart, his history, and his dreams. Sources close to the couple confirmed that Boat had been planning this for over a year in secret, quietly gathering every detail while making sure Oat never suspected anything. The effort alone stunned the audience, but what broke everyone's defenses was the meaning behind the gift. As Oat's parents were invited to join him on stage, their reactions proved just how personal this surprise was. His mother wiped her tears while holding his hand, and his father could barely look at Boat without shaking his head in disbelief. The entire family appeared overwhelmed by the love, respect, and devotion Boat poured into this moment. Meanwhile, the live broadcast chat exploded. Fans from all around the world flooded social media platforms with hashtags like #BoatandOat and #OatInTears, which immediately began trending globally. One fan wrote, "This isn't a wedding anymore, this is a fairytale happening live before our eyes." Another commented, "Boat has set the bar for love. Who else could ever top this?" Celebrity guests seated at the front row couldn't hide their emotions either. Some were seen holding their phones up to capture the historic reveal, while others clasped their hands together in awe. Reports suggest that even fellow stars, who are often immune to spectacle, were whispering among themselves, wondering how Boat managed to pull this off without a single leak or rumor escaping beforehand. As for Oat, it took him several minutes to regain his composure. He tried to speak but his voice cracked, forcing him to pause as the crowd encouraged him with claps and cheers. Finally, with tears running down his face, he whispered words of gratitude to Boat, words that made the entire room fall silent again. The bond between them, already strong, was now sealed in a way that fans described as eternal. People who had doubted their relationship or speculated about its seriousness were silenced in a single instant. This was proof, not just of love, but of sacrifice, thoughtfulness, and devotion. Outside the wedding hall, media reporters scrambled to push out headlines. Tabloids raced to capture the essence of the moment, while entertainment news outlets hailed Boat's act as one of the greatest wedding gestures in the history of the industry. Within minutes, clips of Oat's reaction went viral across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, drawing millions of views. The public's response was unanimous: this was more than a wedding, it was a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle of romance that no one would ever forget. And yet, sources inside the venue hinted that the surprise wasn't even fully over. Whispered conversations suggested that Boat had planned additional layers to this gift, something that hadn't yet been revealed but would leave Oat even more stunned as the ceremony continued. Could there be more hidden within this breathtaking gesture? Could Boat possibly have something even greater waiting in the wings? Stay tuned, because if part 1 of the gift already sent Oat into tears, the next chapter might just break the internet completely. Dispatch exclusive: the unveiling of Boat Napat's unimaginable wedding gift to Oat Pramote glowing star. For hours, speculation ran wild across social media. What exactly had Boat Napat prepared that could leave Oat Pramote, the man who has seen it all in the entertainment industry, shaking, crying, and nearly speechless? Fans knew Boat was capable of grand gestures, but no one, not even Oates' closest friends, could have imagined what was coming. As the wedding hall quieted down after the first emotional wave, Boat took the microphone, his voice steady but full of emotion. The lights dimmed, and the giant LED screens around the venue flickered to life. A montage began playing, a carefully curated journey of Oates' life. From his humble childhood beginnings, rare family photos flashed on the screen, many of which even Oates himself hadn't seen in years. Then came the clips of his early career struggles, the long nights of rehearsals, the first small stages he performed on, the moments when he doubted himself but kept pushing forward. Guests were stunned by the detail. Some whispered that Boat had personally contacted Oates' childhood friends, teachers, and even distant relatives to gather this footage and photos. Oates sat frozen in his chair, his eyes wide, his hand covering his mouth. The memories poured out, one after another, until finally, the screen shifted to more recent times, Boat entering his life. Clips of their earliest public appearances together, candid behind-the-scenes moments, laughter, and unguarded smiles filled the room. And then came the words on the screen. "Oat, you have given the world your music, your laughter, and your soul. Now, let me give something back to you." At that moment, the curtains on the side of the hall drew back, revealing the first part of Boat's wedding gift, a sprawling, custom-designed villa built entirely in Oates' honor. The hall erupted in gasps and screams. This wasn't just any house, it was a masterpiece. Sources revealed it had been under construction for 2 years in complete secrecy. Every detail reflected Oates' taste, from the grand piano in the main living room to the recording studio hidden within its walls. The villa even had a garden designed after Oates' late grandmother's favorite flowers, something so personal that Oates immediately broke into sobs upon hearing it. But Boat wasn't finished. He gestured for the audience to turn back to the screen. The second part of the gift unfolded, a charitable foundation established in Oat Promote's name. The Oat Promote Foundation for Children and Music was created to support underprivileged kids with musical talent, giving them opportunities to chase their dreams, just as Oat once had to fight for his. The impact was immediate. Guests stood from their seats, applauding so loudly that the sound filled the hall like thunder. Oates' tears flowed freely as he clutched Boat's hand, visibly overwhelmed. Fans watching the live stream typed comments like, "This isn't just love, this is legacy. Boat didn't just marry Oat, he honored his entire life. I can't believe I'm witnessing history right now." And yet, the surprises weren't over. Boat leaned toward Oat, kissed his forehead softly, and whispered something the cameras couldn't pick up. Oat gasped, his eyes widening even more. Whatever was said sent a fresh wave of curiosity through the guests. Reporters later hinted that Boat had one more hidden layer to his wedding gift, something not yet revealed to the public, something so personal that it would redefine their marriage and the way fans saw their love story. The internet exploded once again. Clips of Oat crying in Boat's arms circulated globally, TikTok edits gained millions of views within minutes, and Twitter X hashtags like #BoatandOatEternalLove and #OatFoundation topped the trends. This was no longer just a wedding. This was a statement. A message to the world that love, when true, is boundless, and that Boat Napat was willing to carve Oat Promote's name into history with the kind of devotion few could ever dream of. Dispatch exclusive: Boat Napat's final wedding gift to Oat Promote leaves the world in tears. Glowing star. Just when fans and guests thought they had witnessed the ultimate grand gesture with the villa and the foundation, Boat Napat proved once again that he was not done. The world was still buzzing about the breathtaking surprises when the cameras caught him leaning into Oates' ear, whispering something private. Oates' eyes widened, his lips trembling as he pulled back in disbelief. The entire hall watched, confused, desperate to know what had just been revealed. Moments later, Boat walked back to the center stage, his face glowing with pride and sincerity. He held Oates' hand tightly before speaking into the microphone, his voice steady but carrying the weight of 1,000 emotions. "Oat," he began, his voice echoing across the hushed hall, "you have spent your entire life giving to others through your music, your kindness, and your endless love. Today, I don't just want to give you a house, or a foundation. I want to give you something even deeper, a family of our own." Gasps filled the hall. Fans in the live broadcast comment section went wild. What did Boat mean by a family? he continued, his eyes locked on Oat's tear-streaked face. 4 months, I have been working quietly to complete the process of adoption. Today, on the day we become one, I want to tell you that we are now officially the parents of twins, a boy and a girl. They are waiting outside right now, ready to meet their fathers for the very first time. The room erupted in a wave of screams, applause, and tears. Oat covered his face with his hands, breaking down completely as Boat wrapped his arms around him. The camera zoomed in on Oat's trembling shoulders, his voice cracking as he whispered, "You did this for us." The doors at the back of the wedding hall slowly opened, and in walked 2 children, guided by caretakers, shy, wide-eyed, but smiling as they looked around at the sea of cheering faces. The little boy clutched a small teddy bear, while the girl held a bouquet of white flowers meant for Oat. The hall fell silent for a few precious moments as the twins walked down the aisle, straight into the arms of Boat and Oat. It was a scene no one could have prepared for. Oat knelt down immediately, opening his arms wide as the children rushed into his embrace. His tears fell freely as he kissed their foreheads, whispering words of comfort and love. Boat crouched beside him, placing one arm around Oat and the other around the children, creating an image of pure family unity. Fans watching the live stream completely lost control of their emotions. Comments poured in by the second. "I'm crying harder than Oat right now. This is not a wedding anymore, this is the greatest love story in history." Boat gave Oat everything: home, legacy, and family. Celebrities in attendance were equally emotional. Some were openly sobbing, others stood clapping with their hands pressed over their hearts. Even the most stoic industry veterans admitted they had never seen such a powerful and heartfelt gesture at any celebrity wedding. And then came the final twist. Boat revealed that the adoption papers had already been completed under both of their names, making them joint legal parents. The foundation Boat had established would also include scholarships for the twins' education and a trust fund for their future. Oat, overwhelmed and shaking, hugged Boat tightly, whispering words the microphone barely caught. "You've given me everything I ever dreamed of and more. This is the happiest day of my life." At that moment, the audience stood as one, cheering, clapping, and crying. Social media exploded with hashtags like #BoatandOatFamily, #AdoptionSurprise, and #LoveBeyondLimits. Within minutes, news outlets around the world picked up the story, calling it the wedding that redefined love. The image of Boat, Oat, and their twins standing together as a family instantly went viral. Fans described it as the picture that will live forever in history books. What began as a wedding celebration had transformed into something larger than life, a story of love, legacy, and new beginnings. Boat Napat hadn't just married Oat Pramote, he had built him a home, carved him a legacy, and given him a family. This, fans declared, wasn't just a wedding gift. It was the ultimate declaration of love.